Hello, Dr. B. It's Lee Fisk here. I'm going to be doing my group's presentation on Chapter 6 of the Van Dyke book, which is on YouTube. So, my group is Group 9. For this presentation, it was me, myself, Richard, and Claudine. So to begin, I'd just like to talk a little bit about YouTube and how it started. It was created in Silicon Valley in 2005 by three former PayPal employees, Chad Hurley, Steve Shen, and Jawed Karimis. And what they wanted to do was basically start this digital alternative to what they thought was a tired broadcast media and television system. The platform was created to make a fair and open space for user-generated content to properly compete against professionally generated content, and offer a space for like a more active and user-engaged media system. Van Dyke, her key arguments in the chapter really are that undeniably YouTube was a massive cultural force within the 2000s on the internet. It basically, what she describes as redefined audiovisual media for the digital era, simply because it incorporated all these aspects of other social networks that were getting big at the time, while also giving a platform for both content creation and consumption. So this amalgamation of all social medias on top of being able to produce your own content really, really struck a chord with the internet age. Her primary argument in the chapter is that although YouTube was given this name as a member of rogue internet pirate style, where, it was lumped in with other sites like Napster and LimeWire and these downloading sites that really had their mentality of making content free and available for just everyday people. Despite the fact that it was sort of lumped in with these, it really, really did not have the same action plan or ethos behind what they were doing. Van Dyke really reiterates the fact that YouTube and largely Google, its parent company, were in favor of profit motives and advertising and ultimately traditional broadcasting methods during the entirety of their rise, and especially within the last half of its existence. So she sort of finishes off the chapter by telling how YouTube really went from having its motto of broadcast yourself to what she describes as a vast entertainment universe. So she outlines the fact that it still had this image of lacking. What was attractive about it to internet users was that it appeared to lack an organizing force behind which videos were played where, how much traffic each video got, and even like the ad revenue that came to each video. But what she reiterates is that it really was largely in favor of creating a dichotomy between the user and the producer, especially in the last half. So just some of the knowledge gaps and some further research that we did was we found that the reading really ignores these things, not at the fault of Van Dyke, as a lot of these updates came after the book was published, but basically we found that a big portion of what established YouTube as a corporate player or in favor of professionally generated content was their partnership with Vivo. So Vivo was already an established, very popular music video streaming site. And in 2013, they signed a multi-year deal with YouTube, basically giving YouTube some of Vevo's shares and allowing them to post Vevo music videos on their platform. This really gave both major corporate players a monopoly on music videos on the internet, which, again, goes without saying that it goes against the idea of broadcast yourself when one major player has such a monopoly on high quality music videos. The other was YouTube Red, which in 2015 YouTube announced this YouTube Red platform, which was subscription based, much like Netflix or Hulu or all these other streaming sites. And it basically gave the user an ad-free YouTube while opening the door to all of this behind the paywall, content that their most popular creators were making. So for $9.99 a month, basically, YouTube users got very high quality produced content. A lot of it even being the size of a traditional television show, like a lot of it being 20 minutes plus, which is, again, very in favor of traditional broadcasting methods. So the final gap was in 2016. YouTube decided to change their policies regarding what they thought was ad-friendly content and what videos follow their policy guidelines for what they can monetize, basically. So this caused a lot of controversy from their content creators, a lot of them feeling ripped off, and a lot of them, it was basically YouTube admitting that they can throttle videos that have ad-friendly content and dismiss others that don't, which really does go against their original ethos of user-friendly content having a fair chance. This caused a lot of controversy amongst their creators, one of the biggest ones being Philip DeFranco, who had been on YouTube since the beginning and saw all these distinct changes and was very outspoken of his protest of them. So to conclude, Van Dyke's Chapter 6 basically just discusses YouTube's cultural importance and how it got to where it was, basically by having this rogue image. But while what Van Dyke reiterates is that it really was not a rogue platform at all, and that since it was bought by Google in 2006 and since its distinct policy changes in the 2010s has really thrown away its two-way mentality and is becoming more of a Netflix or more of a Hulu, of a one-way, producers produce the content, the audience views it, and that's it platform, going way against its broadcast yourself mentality.